Participants can share their home with friends or housemates, or they might live in a host arrangement or on their own with tailored supports. ILO itself refers to the reasonable and necessary supports provided to a participant so they can identify their preferred living arrangement and support package through an in-depth exploration and design process, and implement and manage supports to help them to live the way they want, where and with whom they choose. The purpose is for participants to achieve their home and living goals. An ILO is created following the holistic consideration of each individual's preferences, strengths, assets, support requirements, informal and community networks. ILO supports offered through NDIS are based on contemporary home and living models. They have been proven to reduce the need for paid hourly support and allow people with a disability and higher support needs to live a full life in the community. ILO supports are typically funded in 2 stages. ILO phase 1 is the exploration and design phase and understanding the participant's home and living aspirations based on their preferences and needs. Then in partnership with the participant and their family, friends and other support networks, working out where they want to live with who, what supports they need and how the ILO package is best set up. Phase 2 is supports, finding and implementing the supports the participant needs to live the way they want, monitoring and adjusting their package as their needs change. Participants can receive funding for both exploration and design and to implement, monitor and redesign ILO supports, although typically ILO supports funding will follow after exploration and design in phase 1. Exploration and design is a critical step in developing the right ILO for a participant.
Yeah, thanks, Chrissy. And at Auscare Support, we're passionate about ensuring participants. Sorry, just going to let someone else in. We're passionate about ensuring participants always have choice and control, and ILO is an excellent option for participants who are exploring accommodation options. Ness, can you please provide some insight as to how Auscare Support can assist young people to find the right home?
Sure. We can assist people with finding the right accommodation, regardless of the type of funding or level of funding that they have. We have assisted clients with the specialist disability accommodation, the supported independent living and the ILO, and also through flexible core support funding. And we've been able to find solutions for clients to help them choose the right living environment for them and who they want to live with as well. We have a growing presence in the Shoalhaven area, and we're actually setting up a hub, which is very exciting, where locals can come meet with us face to face and talk about, accommodation options, whether now or in the future. Our team is really experienced with navigating a range of different accommodation services and funding options, and we're also very well connected with other service providers in the area. We like to take a collaborative approach and to find accommodation solutions for our clients, and we'll work with the clients, the families, carers, friends, and any other service providers or stakeholders that should be involved to achieve the best outcome for that individual. We want to be able to provide young NDIS clients in the area with the opportunity to meet people and build their capacity and independence in the right living environment for them. This service also provides peace of mind for parents and carers who are concerned about long-term future of their child or person that they currently care for. Finding the right accommodation solution and giving client choice and control over who they live with and where is the key to achieving individualised living goals. Everyone's circumstances are absolutely unique, and really want to be here to help all young clients in the Shoalhaven area. We can either play a connecting role between participants, families and any other third parties, or we can even manage a property on behalf of a client if they have ILO funding. Auscare Support is registered provider of both support coordination and ILO. And if you do not have ILO funding in your package, then we can certainly assist you to apply for that through to the NDIA.
Yeah, thanks, Ness. And look, it's really exciting to be able to work with people and families to achieve this ILO funding. It's a really innovative approach from the NDIS. We're excited to be part of the transition and change to securing ILO funding. We do have a case study. Chrissy has a case study she'd like to share with you that shows how she has worked with 2 local clients and their families to achieve a joint living arrangement. Over to you, Chrissy.
Thanks, Max. Yeah, so this year I've had the privilege of helping 2 participants who I'm support coordinator for, Jody and Hayley, to set up their own ILO. They were both young women in their early 20s living at home with their parents. They both shared the same goal to live independently in their own home. And I saw the connection, Auscare saw the connection, and we matched them together. We did this by introducing them. The parents, as the nominees, were really involved in that process. They got along famously from the beginning, which was amazing. The next step was to find a home for them, and that occurred through the private rental market. They were both on the lease. While the house was getting set up, I worked with the families to develop a roster of support so we could identify what staff were needed to provide support to the girls. From there, we recruited staff. We did that through tapping into my existing networks in the local area, using the Mabel platform, and the girls were involved in interviewing their own support workers. That was a really positive and rewarding process for them, having that much control over their lives. And so I also did some modelling around their funding, combined their joint funding to forecast what their costs would be in relation to supporting them over the next year. And that's the roster then reflected that as well. Some administration systems needed to be developed at the inception of the ILO. For example, how was medication going to be administered? What was going to happen in the event of an emergency? Things like that. The girls had some rules about, they didn't want their staff to smoke at the house. And so we had some little rules around that, but it was all capacity building for them. The whole model in itself was designed to be a self-managed system. So for example, if a staff member wasn't able to come to work, the team that were working in the house, they were responsible for filling the shifts. So that responsibility didn't fall onto the parents or myself as a support coordinator, because support coordination is time limited. And yeah, and so it was an awesome opportunity for me, and I feel that I can definitely bring that forward into other opportunities for participants.
Yeah, thanks for that. And it was it's a wonderful culmination of a series of events, to introduce 2 individuals to them, for them to be on leases and to arrange their own support staff will be involved in that process. It's incredibly empowering for them, and the outcome was exactly what the ILO system is designed to. It's designed to be a flexible support for individuals. So yeah, we think it's an amazing, and the purpose of this webinar, I guess, was to provide an overview to demonstrate and to detail what ILO is. We know that the NDIS loves acronyms. We know that sometimes they can be a bit lost as to what the meaning is, but individualized living options is exactly that, an individualized approach to living options, and it's a flexible approach. So what we are encouraging everyone to do that's interested in this is to really think about what it is that they want, whether it's from an individualized basis, a co-sharing basis, a host arrangement. There's such a flexible approach to this. And really, I think when we talk about the experience that Christy and Ness can bring to the table, that we can work with any situation to achieve hopefully any outcome that's required. So yeah, we're very keen to hear if there are questions. I know that there are a few people there. I haven't seen any questions in the chat as yet. But have I enabled chat? Let me just see. No, I've got enabled chat. So you should be able to ask any questions if you're there. What I'd just like to give you so we do have a series of slides that we're going to send out at the end of this as well. So you will get a follow-up from us with a bunch of slides that relate to the case study that Chrissy just talked about. Obviously, the names of those 2 clients have been changed to protect them, so that we're not giving away any personal information, but really the process there should be what you take out of that case study, and how we as an organization work with the 2 individuals and their families to build up a support network, to create an environment where the 2 girls went and lived on their own and were successful in that transition away from living at home with their mums and dads. So questions, if you have them. we have done Q&As before where nobody answers a question, so don't feel obliged to. We've had the situation in the past where no one answered questions, but we'd be keen to hear from you if you have anything that's pressing. And I'm gonna just go quiet here for a moment and see if anyone asks anything. No, so look, well, anyway, we'd like to, I guess, at that stage, thank you for attending the webinar. Obviously, this has been a pretty short, sharp, deep dive into what it is that we can do from ILO's perspectives. Maybe just quickly, just to touch on that, if you don't have an ILO, Ness, you mentioned earlier, if you don't have ILO in your plan, what's the process? Is it get in touch with your support coordinator, whether that be Auscare Support or your own support coordinator, and then we can work with them? Is that the next step if you haven't got ILO in your plan?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even if you don't have support coordination, that we would be able to facilitate some sort of support to assist people to apply to the NDIA for the ILO, which would then also be asking for support coordination as well. Yep.
Yeah, great. And you know, that's some of the I guess the flexible approach that Auscare Support's taken. So yes, if you do have a support coordinator that's not with us, that's cool. If you just want to come and engage with us, we have a variety of flexible, you know, I guess ways of using using your plan to achieve that. We'd love to hear from you. As I say, we will be following this up at the end with the case study, and we will include a recording of the webinar. I may have missed the start of the recording, but anyway, we'll be recording the key bits, and we'll be posting that again up on our Facebook pages and on LinkedIn and stuff. But all right, well, that was short and sweet, but some of the best things in life are. So thank you very much for attending. We'd be keen to follow up with all of you at a later date. And unless there's any other questions, I'll let you all go. And thank you very much for attending.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
Carmen, thanks for today. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you for attending. Yeah, we appreciate your attendance. Yep. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know who it is from the Housing Hub. Oh, that's Carmen from the Housing Hub. Carmen, thank you. Obviously, the Housing Hub would be keen to get in touch with you to see how we can work together. I know that there will be some stuff. Marge Miller, Karina Miller, I'm not sure if you're related, but thank you for attending. We'd love to hear from both of you if we can help you, or siblings or family members. Let us know. We'd be keen to do that. Thanks, Michelle, Linda, Sin, and Joe. And nice to see you on the call as well, Jackie. I don't know if you've got other participants that we can help. Jackie works for, I think it's the New South Wales government in an NDIS sort of business accelerator capacity. So yeah, it's nice to see you here, Jackie. All right, I'm going to end the meeting there. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ness. Thanks, Chrissy.
Pleasure. Bye.
Pleasure. Bye.
Bye. Bye.